Welcome back to the TW Local 591 podcast. My name is Gary Scheibel, your local president. This is our Friday Rep Call Summary podcast. Joining me today at our headquarters here in Grapevine, Texas is your treasurer, Troy Rhodes. And joining remotely is your administrative executive board member, Russ Dittmer. This podcast combines the past 2 weeks due to a significant amount of travel and training, vacations that were going on. So anyway, we'll get started with Russ. You want to handle the peer support update?
Sure. There's a few things in the peer support update. The enrollment for voluntary union insurance benefits for all Local 591 and Local 567 members closed a week ago Friday on December 5th at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. For those who enrolled, the confirmation emails were sent midweek of this week. Starting next week, the week of December 15th, you should receive the premium payment instructions emails. The reason for the delay is due to AA's payroll processing time. We needed to plan the payroll deduction emails to ensure our members aren't paying for benefits too early before the start of the new year, or canceling their current benefits too early, again, before the start of the new year. Along with that, the EAP Peer Support newsletter for December is posted on the website in the EAP Peer Support area. There's a lot of really solid Life Matters information in there. Please take the time to take a look at it. And last, the local has revised the retirement planning guide and checklist, as well as the bereavement preparation checklist. Both of these documents are available on the Local 591 website in both the member forms area as well as the EAP peer support page. Please take the time to review them and frankly use them both. They are important. I'm just going to jump right into ASAP compliance, Gary. Our coordinators, Joe and Harry, wanted to remind the membership that when you're involved in a MIA or an ASAP interview with our Local 591 ASAP compliance coordinators, remember to be open with them. The job of our local ASAP compliance coordinators is to help understand what happened, why it happened, so they can work to ensure the error, escape, or issue doesn't happen in the future for another member. Also, once again, they wanted to remind the members, do not sign for any work that you did not personally accomplish. Doing so can have really serious consequences for both your certificates and sometimes for your employment. It's just not worth it. One way to do this, avoid stamping parties. By signing it for your work as you go, this ensures you are certain of each task you've accomplished as you accomplish it and sign for that accomplishment at that point in time. It eliminates that, did I do it or did I not? Also, Joe and Harry did want to remind us, the AMTs, I should say, when you're initially applying an MEL or after reactivating a system for MEL troubleshooting purposes, make sure to fully recomply with the MEL for deactivating that placarded system before the aircraft is released for service. That's an important reminder. Gary, back to you.
All right, thanks, Russ. All right, Troy, you want to give a safety update?
Yeah, December is Impaired Driving Prevention Month. While it tends to focus on driving under the influence, it also applies to driving distracted. The number one culprit for distracted driving is personal digital devices, cell phones, tablets, etc. Put them on silent and don't use while driving. Protect yourselves, protect others, and go home safe and healthy like you came to work. Reviewing a new overwing door fall protection device for window shade repairs that secures to the floor track. More to come. PPE panel review electrical protection gloves. While already used by GSE and facilities, aircraft maintenance is in the works. The Local 591 Safety Newsletter is posted on the Local 591 website. This monthly newsletter is a great way to keep updated on safety issues that concern you and your workplace. For those choosing to do environmental coordinator work, be aware of the serious risks. This is management work. Evaluating spills, identifying chemicals in a spill, arranging spill cleanup, etc., with serious liability risks. We at Local 591 do not recommend our members perform this environmental coordinator work. There is just too much legal risk to our members. Management needs to own that responsibility and that legal risk and not pawn it off on our members, who often are not made aware of the serious level of legal risk there.
Vice President's update from Brian Coyne, the GRB Grievance Review Board. The full package submissions for December's GRB were due on December 8th. The GRB itself is scheduled for December 18th. Moving on to Chris Horvath's field trip update. For the week of November 22nd, there were 25 line field trips, 1 base field trip. For the week of November 29th, 40 line field trips and 5 base field trips. And for the week of December 13th, 49 line field trips and 9 base field trips. Last Thursday, December 4th, was the highest single day field trips called that Chris has seen since coming on the board, with 14 line field trips for a single day throughout the system. The Article 6K meeting this month, there were 5 field trip escapes, 4 that will be paid out, and 1 that the company is going to look at further and investigate. An MLS update. MLSC board member John Benke reported that there were meetings last week regarding the unused RON kits at DFW and possibly elsewhere, and what's happening with the parts within those unused RON kits. There are a lot of parts that are being left in the RON kits that could be used during the flying day or subsequent overnight work in many stations. Previously, instead of returning those high-value parts just in stock at DFW, they were simply stored and not opened again. It was discovered that this has been happening in quite a few other stations now. During that meeting, the process will be changing to have the MLS group unpack those unused RON kits and return any high-value parts and tooling back into inventory. This discovery and collaboration with Local 591 are working to build a viable solution of having return to stock positions on the bid will hopefully improve many parts not in stock, save the company actually quite a bit of money, and also protect much of the work for our MLS folks. More work needs to be done on this, but we're optimistic that we can get to a solid win for everybody when this is established. Moving on to the membership meetings, we did have station visits in San Antonio and Austin last week. That would be December 2nd. All went well. Thanks to everybody that got us the escorts, and also for the members for their attention and a lot of good questions. This coming week, December 17th, Southwest Region will be hosting their national meeting at DFW at our Grapevine headquarters. Zoom is always an option for watching, asking questions. It's always available. Check the top of the website about an hour before the first meeting for the links. No registration is required ahead of time, as long as you're logged into the website. Russ, you want to handle the GSE update?
All right. GSE Facilities E-Board member Santos Dorda reported that the local was told in the GSE Facilities outsourcing meeting about a week and a half ago that the company director is retiring next year. As of now, there's no information on who that replacement may be. In that meeting, Santos Dorda also said it's pretty clear that the tone of the meeting is really not about solving GSE Facilities operational problems, but it's really only happening because it's contractually required. This really highlights the importance of having these meetings that are scheduled with the company spelled out in the contract. One last item. He did want to mention, please, if you see an OTS tag on a vehicle or a piece of equipment, please do not remove that OTS tag and use the vehicle or equipment. Likely it's unsafe, but more importantly, just have your crew chief inquire with the GSE shop on the status of the out-of-service equipment so that they can double check and make sure it's on the list to be fixed. Troy?
Okay, 2 elections concluded this week in San Antonio Station Chair and Miami Facility Shop Steward. The results are available on the website in the respective region pages. Congratulations to both, and also thank you to all who put their name in the hat to step up and choose to serve the membership. It is appreciated. For those who won, I will be needing a W-4 and direct deposit form from our website filled out in the order to process payroll. I'll move on to the pocket calendars. Pocket calendars shipped to all stations and have arrived. Hoodies have shipped and arrived at all locations except DFW in Miami. They will be shipping soon. When we receive the shipping tracking numbers, Russ sends the info to the station chair and the regional vice president. As a reminder, the local only purchased hoodies for TW local members and for those members who provided sizes on the local 591 website before the order deadline. There were a number of messages and the reminders sent to the entire membership before that deadline.
All right, so one last topic we discussed on the call is the company's new AI troubleshooting tool. So it's now clear that this system can not only impact the station numbers in a bad way, but it might also guide AMTs to not perform aircraft troubleshooting or maintenance 100% in accordance with all the approved manuals. We know this AI system currently doesn't consider effectivity, which is a big compliance problem. It also appears not to be adhering to the structure and guidance in the fault isolation manuals or the troubleshooting manuals. So our best advice from the local is don't be sucked into this company's love of AI. Use the approved manuals all the time and every time. So anything else?
No.
Russ?
No, sir.
Okay, so that is our podcast for today. As always, any thoughts, issues, suggestions for future podcasts, please send them to info@local591.com. In the meantime, have a great week, and we'll talk again next week.
Take care.